Welcome to Hot Button Hashtags. My name is Matt. Doing a car one today. I'm doing a car video where I drive around in my car and I talk to you about stuff that's bothering me. I actually had to go looking for stuff to bother me. Been alright lately. I'm a big fan of thrift stores. One of my favorite things to get at a thrift store, board games. I love to get board games. I like classic board games. I like the old ones, you know, the kind that you only find like at your grandma's house. Like, wow, the original hand-carved Parcheesi. Amazing. I like complicated board games like Catan. Settlers of Catan is a fun one. And Carcassonne is always great. You know, some of the more modern classics. But one thing that I always seem to find, and it always drives me crazy, are the Christian versions of board games. Now, I'm a Christian. There's a definite Christian industry, and I feel like it misrepresents how most of us are. Or we sort of send this message that, look, your regular version of Monopoly isn't good enough for us. It's too sinful. It's too focused on money, and we don't want to promote greed to our children. So we're going to come up with a better version, a holier, more righteous version of Monopoly, and then that game's usually crap. We look like a bunch of tools because your game wasn't good enough for us. Today I was at a couple of thrift stores and I saw Bible Scrabble. Bible Scrabble? It's just a box of letters that you arrange into words that you choose. You choose the words. So I'm confused. What letters aren't in the original Scrabble that are in Bible Scrabble? I don't get it. I don't understand. The tagline for Bible Scrabble was, "Every word's a winner." I doubt that's true. But if it is true, then Shmulaflubla is probably worth a butt ton of points. I've seen a lot of these games that get remade for Christians. Settlers of Catan. I saw a version of that at a Christian bookstore called Settlers of Canaan, because settling Catan is just, it's bad for your soul. You should be focusing on settling the promised land. It really irritates me. All these games that are being remarketed to Christians who can't sully their hands with a regular game of Yahtzee. Because, well, I mean, if you grew up in the church like I did, you know full well that any game involving dice is a sin. It's casting lots, and that's how they distributed Jesus' clothes before they crucified him. So if you play with dice, you killed Jesus. Jerk. But there was one game that we had as a kid growing up, and it was a completely original game. This game was manufactured by Focus on the Family. It's Dr. James Dobson's ministry. And it was called the Ungame. It was like just a regular game board with spaces, and there were little locations, and there were cards that you'd draw. And you'd roll the dice, and you'd move your piece, and you'd go around and around. It was fun for the whole family. The box was covered in pictures of people having a great time, having so much fun, and cheering each other on, and hugging, and laughing, and clapping, and dying inside, because this game was just awful. There was no end to the game. Nobody won. You just went around and around and around the board until someone died. Like, literally. Like, until an elderly relative died at the table. It was just awful. And it was the stupidest game. It was so terrible. And my mom bought it and made us play it. And we all were like, why are we doing this? We could be doing anything else but this game. It was terrible. It's amazing how Christians are misrepresented by board games.